Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Mind the Moment's Tuesday morning gathering, brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare and Tufts Health Plan. As those of you that have joined us before know, this is a place where we invite experienced mindfulness instructors to speak with us about what mindfulness means to them and to discuss as a community how we can incorporate these practices into our daily lives. I'm Suzanne Rowe Palacino, and I'm so happy to be here with Roberval Oliveira, mindfulness instructor with Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare. Good morning, Roberval.
Good morning, Suzanne. So good to be with you.
So nice to have you here. And, we had a chance to chat earlier this morning and we lost track of time. So apologies for us being a little bit late, but lots to talk about today, and Roberval has a wonderful practice to share with you. So really looking forward to that. So today we'll start off with a question for the group. Then Roberval will share some thoughts with us, and then he'll lead us in at least a 12-minute practice. So we will most likely finish, as we try to do, a little bit before 9 o'clock for those folks that have 9 o'clock meetings. So just to let folks know that how our timing works. And then after that, we'll have time for questions. So if you go to the bottom of your screen, open up the chat, and then go to the very bottom and click on the blue drop-down menu that says hosts and panelists, and click on everyone. That will give an opportunity for everyone to see the comments that you share. All right, then. So, Roberval, what is your question this morning?
Well, thanks, Suzanne. My question is about our thoughts and our action and how they can shape us. So I'm going to put in the chat. Let's see.
I can put it in.
Oh, please. Thank you.
Yep.
So, yeah, if you can think of examples of situations where your thoughts, something very simple, something very light, your thoughts or your action shaped your experience, shaped how you felt. What I mean by that, what's it supposed to mean? Mindfulness is one component, right, Suzanne, that we bring awareness to what's appear, how we're feeling. We're feeling anxious, we bring awareness to how we're feeling. We're feeling angry, we bring awareness how we're feeling. We're feeling stressed, we're feeling happy. We notice the sound, we notice the sound. So bring awareness to noticing things. That's one component of mindfulness, right? We know that. The other components of mindfulness is become aware of our thoughts, and that's why we meditate, to see how our thoughts or the way we speak or actions are influence actually how we feel. I'll give an example. Driving, taking driving, for example. Right? I can see you already shaking your head. How I act or how I think about traffic immediately. I hate this traffic. I am thinking, I hate this traffic. How is it affecting me? Is stress. How I act on traffic. Am I rushing to beat the yellow light? Am I passing everybody? Am I breaking, and am I, whatever happens when we are frustrated, I'm doing things that affect how I feel. I can let it go too. So mindfulness has this component, and that's why we meditate, to become aware of how our thoughts, our words, our actions actually impact our experience. We call experience, but how we feel. So something light that you can think of, something later that the way I thought, the way I act actually impact me. Because the mind has this ability to lead us into more stress. But here's the good side of the coin. That's why you meditate. We have the capacity to become aware of those ways of thinking, speaking, and acting that can lead us to more ease and well-being. And that's why you meditate. So that's my question. Exercise or walking? I see some of the answers here. When I drive, I often worry about how things will unfold. Yeah. So that's a good example.
Yeah. And I guess I can say about driving, you mentioned about traffic. I tend to do everything I can to avoid traffic, but I tend to deal better with traffic because there's nothing I can do about it sometimes. But I do get worked up about people that are careless in their driving. Not that I can do anything about that either, but that bothers me more somehow. And I can find my body tensing up. So just interesting. And
That's
then Rizvana here says, my husband acts that way in the car. Otherwise, he's an easygoing guy. I'm quite the opposite. I'm relaxed in the car. Yeah, my husband is the same way. I find that he talks a lot about it. And he talks a lot to the other drivers, sometimes in an angry way, you know?
Look at the next comment from Brittany. I really like that one too. Go ahead, Suzanne.
I'm just reading here. Overanalyzing worry if I should reach out to my next door neighbor or not.
Yeah, it's like, here it's a great example of how our thoughts, can impact how we feel. I mean, of course, we have this incredible ability to think, but again, it's like most of our thoughts, was at least me, I'm making up stuff. It's not real, it's not, I'm creating stories. And the example that you gave was wonderful, Christine, how you get worked up with the driver. So your way of thinking, it's impact your emotional moment. And we do that often. So the question is, so that's when mindfulness comes in. My experience is we meditate to get quiet and you notice, is this way of thinking, analyzing, or acting helpful for me? Okay. Can I think? Can I speak? Can I act in other ways that will provide more ease? There's other things that came up here.
Waiting in line at the grocery store. I love that, Susan. Yeah. So funny how we, once we think about it, we think of how funny it is. And in
Certainly
some
not.
ways, how silly it is, not that we should judge ourselves, but sometimes when we step back, we're like, did that really help me? No.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful, again, maybe there's some emergency going on at home that you need to get back home from the grocery store, but how often there is an emergency that you need to get out of the grocery store, or you just want things to go our way? And we do that often. And does it add ease? And she said it very well, certainly not relaxing.
Mhm.
And that's, I think, that mindfulness is powerful. Not to say, and again, we don't get upset with ourselves because we have decades of habits, at least I do, I don't know about you, of acting in ways that add to more stress. And by becoming aware and questioning and see which one is better, we can make a choice. Because mindfulness is not about you should do this. It's all about I have a choice of how I can respond. So we're
I
going
love
to
that. I love that.
thank you.
What you've said there is really poignant. It's not good or bad. It's a choice.
It's a
It's the
choice.
choice.
It's the choice. And that's a wonderful thing about mindfulness compared to any other religion. There's nothing that's about you should do. Asking your own experience, worrying about the register, or being angry with the driver who is in front of you in traffic. Is it better for you or not? And if it is better for you, keep going. But we know that usually doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
And that's wisdom right there. That's looking at action and and looking at the relationship between cause and effect, and in looking for the cause that will provide a good effect.
I love what Steve has mentioned here. When I anticipate a tough meeting, I try to visualize a positive outcome.
That's
I'm
wonderful.
amazed how often it helps steer the conversation. That is just wonderful.
That's actually what you're doing, Steve. It's called, you are setting the intentions to meet an experience. You setting an intention to meet an experience, and your intention will impact that activity, as you brilliantly said here. And that's what I hope. So on that note, because of time, this is so wonderful, Christine. The meditation today is going to be how we can bring that experience of our intention, of our thoughts, to promote relaxation in the meditation. Okay, so that's where I'm going to go. That's what I'm trying to go for this conversation, that we do that in meditation. So we realize that we have the power to not sit in meditation any way around. We have the power of attitude, the same way Steve going to that meeting, with attitude, with intention, and you sitting to meditate. So today, I'd like to offer the word that's been strong for me is relaxation and ease. So in this meditation, you're going to explore how we thinking relaxation and thinking ease can impact our experience. How's that sound? All right, let's
Great. Perfect.
so find a posture that allows you to be two things, as you mostly know, upright and yet relaxed, and gently, if you feel comfortable, you may close your eyes. And really start, scan your body to see if there's any area that needs relaxation, from the top of your head, shoulders. Let's go back to the neck. Relaxation here. What does relaxation feels like for you when you think relaxation in the body? Maybe helpful to take a long, deep and slow in breath, and long and deep and slow out breath. Relaxation arrive in the body with the exhale. Make sure your shoulders are down. Make sure your face muscles are relaxed. Eyes, cheeks, and jaw. Your hands are nice and at ease. See if you can relax them a little more. Now, gently, I invite you to bring attention to your torso. Would like you to become aware of the area that we call torso. Where does it start, your torso? Where does it end? So there are, goes all the way to the shoulders. Become aware of the thickness of your torso. Investigate the sides. And let your torso comes alive with relaxation. Using the power of your mind to invite a relaxation into the torso. In the torso, you notice now that you're probably noticing your breath. So imagining healing, health, breath in the torso. A relaxing, nourishing breath throughout the whole torso. Shoulders, upper back, middle back, under the arms, on the right side, the left side, and belly. The whole torso coming alive with an intention to deeply relax. As you observe the torso, thoughts will come back, will appear. Say to them, not now, thank you. And returning to observing the breath in the torso. And finally, when the feeling of ease and relaxation start becoming stronger on your torso, let it spread. Let it flow and radiate throughout your whole body, gently, like if a light is coming up from within, from your torso and expanding to all the parts of your limbs and the neck and the face, head and legs. So slowly let it grow and expand. We're going to be in silence for a few minutes now. Let your whole body be bathed in relaxation as you pay attention to the breath in your torso and let it radiate and flow through your whole body.
You need to unmute, Roberval.
I would say no need to rush. See if you can notice any sense of relaxation that you feel now, and try to protect it as you move from here to what's next.
Thank you so much, Roberval.
You're welcome.
you've shared some really important, and they could be considered, it's similar to what people talk about in relation to mindfulness. Simple, but meditation is simple, but not easy. And what you've mentioned are things that are really accessible to our community, that in relation to our thoughts, that we have a choice, and that can bring a whole different feeling to our bodies in our daily life and in our meditation, and how relaxation and taking a breath can really make the difference between a bad situation and a good situation.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a component that we sometimes forget, that mindfulness has this component of choice. It's aware of our habits. And no need to be upset, but yet question ourselves, is this habit that I have of thinking, of speaking, of acting, in driving, whatever situation is it helpful for my well-being? Is it helpful for the other person? Is it helpful in the relationship? Because at the end of the day, we're looking to have moments of ease, and we are agents. Mindfulness, I think what is powerful for me about mindfulness, this ability that realize that we are agents in composing our experiences. Things are not just flowing by to us. Our minds, our words, and our action are influencing how we feel. And I think that's, for me, it's empowering and exciting. So that was the hope today, that I hope that was you.
Definitely. And I go back to some things on the chat that Julia mentioned about an issue related to some furniture she had delivered, and that, a worry is something that she deals with. And, it was delivered and it was damaged, and that she was concerned about returning it, and that her worry caused the scenario could have caused the scenario to go out of control. So the fact that she was aware of her reaction, I mean, gosh, that is so much progress when you talk about progress, that you're aware of your reaction. So much of what you've mentioned to us today, Roberval, so empowering, I think. So thank you for being here. I know we're at 9 o'clock, so we need to wrap up, but it's been so nice to have you here this morning, and thank you for your words and your wisdom.
You're welcome.
And we look forward to seeing you another time. And then also as well, we're here tomorrow, Wednesday, for our Zoom meeting format. So just go to the Mind the Moment, Google Mind the Moment Harvard Pilgrim, and you can find out information about that. So thank you again for joining. See you soon. And thanks again, Roberval.
Welcome. Bye, everybody. Thank you.